Thank you for listening to the Gateway to the Rockies podcast from Visit Aurora from the rafters of the Stanley Marketplace. This is the show dedicated to telling the stories of Aurora, Colorado. Hi there. I'm Dave, Director of Marketing for Visit Aurora. I'm thrilled to be joined today by Lorena Cantarovici, the founder and owner of Maria Empanada, one of my favorite places, right downstairs here at Stanley Marketplace. As a matter of fact, I've become a little bit of a regular. Lorena, thank you for being here, by the way.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know if it's a good sign or a bad sign that your employees know my order when I walk up already.
I think it's a good sign.
Yeah.
I take it as a good sign.
You have an incredible journey. Born and raised in Argentina.
Yes.
You come to the United States, you come to Colorado. You've turned a family recipe into one of the region's most beloved culinary brands. Let's take it back to the beginning. What do you remember most vividly about the early days in Argentina and also the decision to move to the United States?
Well, I love this question when you take me back because I believe that it's very important that everybody goes back things, right? Because that's the essence of who we are. Being in Argentina is a beautiful country, beautiful story. Wonderful growing up there, but life was challenged about the financial and economics there. And my family, and it's not only my family, but and with all the country, unfortunately, bad government, we did have a lot of ups and downs. And every time that you are kind of a little bit good, boom, something happened and you start being down. So we always struggle. I come with from a single mom, and we both were together growing in these times, and she was without job, and then I started working in a bank. I was a banker there. And I remember that she was selling, at one point, she was selling electrical supplies in a park, like a lot of other people.
Yeah, just trying to survive.
Trying to survive with a blankie there full of things on top, and of course, trying to sell during the week. She was probably going every single day. And when I finished my bank hours, I was going to help her. So we didn't finish until probably 8, 9 p.m. We wanted to stay longer, just with the hope of selling a little bit more, right? And that's the way how I remember a little bit of Argentina, the good sides of it, because all the family, all the friends, my city, my aromas, but at the same time, of course, the struggle. And with that, I say no more of this.
Yeah.
I grab a backpack. I save a little bit of money, $300 at that time.
Wow.
And I told one day my mom, it's time for me to go. And she understood.
She didn't push back at all. She knew that she wanted what was best for you at the time.
She wanted what was best for me. I believe at the same time that she believed in me.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you can't have the same life that I'm having. You are ready for more. At the same time that I was working in the bank, and at the same time that I was helping my mom, I was studying. So I am a CPA, and it was very, very rough. My days were with short sleeping, but I did it. So my mom knew that I was ready for more, something different.
Yeah, you had a successful career in banking and marketing in Argentina and Mexico, and then you decide that you're going to completely pivot your life and build a business around empanadas.
Sí, señor, empanadas. Yes. So I think the empanada, the beautiful thing is that it brought all the union of my things, right? My background, my culture, my $300, because that's the way how you can start, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my business, I started with $4,000. So imagine. And then of course, all the other side, right? My accounting, my
marketing
at the same time, all the bank school that I had, right? All my manuals, all my procedures. So I think through the empanada in Denver, Colorado was kind of the union of everything. So it was the right recipe to start the business.
You had a foundation of business, so you understood how you could make a business work. You also have this part of your culture, the empanadas, that you can build a business. Was it always going to be a restaurant concept? Or did you have other ideas that you were considering?
Well, of course, Maria Empanada was also born in a time of crisis.
Okay.
Right? I think that's when probably I dance better because I know how to do it.
Yeah.
So when 2008 came, the crisis, I was already married. I had 2 baby boys. And when I'm saying baby boys. Yeah. I mean, they were really little. And that was the first time that I did have a little bit of the privilege to don't work because I was having another title that was a mom, right? So I gave a little bit of a space for me to think what I wanted to do, and my husband gave me that opportunity. But of course, 2008 crisis come, and I needed to come and support my family, my house, and now I have 2 babies, right? So it's different thing, and that's when Maria Empanada was born. I started making empanadas from home, trying to support the house, selling to all my Argentinian friends initially. I knew that would be the first target, and that's how everything started, right? Friends, then friends of friends, then caterers started knocking my door, and everything from my house. But it was easy, and it was fun, and it was starting from scratch, but with the opportunity of seeing that here there's something that it can be important, right? Instead of the electrical supplies in Argentina.
Right. I mean, you literally start in your home kitchen.
Yes.
Now it's a nationally recognized brand.
Yes.
Was there a moment where you saw this becoming so much bigger than a side business?
Absolutely. I knew it. Number one is because I think the empanada, it was born in the wrong place. I believe that with all the attitudes that empanada has, is synonymous of the American culture, right? Because it is adaptable. It is not messy. It can travel well.
Yeah.
It keeps warm. I mean, try to do all those things eating a taco. Can you walk and eat a taco? You cannot.
Not really.
The empanada, you can. And Americans, we like to live. Look, listen, I say we, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love to have those kind of comfort and, ¿cómo se dice? Very conscious about our time and our rhythm in our life and all that. And the empanada fits perfectly. You don't need to stop what you have to do. And you can get fed, right, with an empanada and fantastic flavors.
And high quality.
And exactly.
Because you can get it quickly and it can transport, but this isn't fast food. This is high quality, good ingredients, family recipes,
Yes.
and something that's portable and easy to grab and diverse in all the flavors that you can incorporate into them.
Exactly.
You've talked about, you said, learn to listen to your business.
Yes.
What are some moments where Maria Empanada itself seemed to tell you what the next step needed to be?
Maria Empanada and myself, we are 2 different people.
Okay.
But there's something like your son, there's something that you can feel when things happen. And it's the same way with the company. Maria Empanada wasn't born just as a restaurant. It was born as a company.
Okay.
That's the first way how I saw it from the beginning. Since day number 1, I know that company needed a structure. So I created a simple operation manual from day number 1. So that tells you that we are 2 people. Maria Empanada tells me when it needs a new position.
Yeah.
When we need to grow. It tells me when something is bad too. And in the way how I see her,
I love that.
now that I'm thinking,
Yeah.
it's as a body, right? It
Right.
doesn't have a gender. It's just a body. It's a person. It's a dynamic person that is acting there. And sometimes that person had been in the hospital and had been in a bed, and we needed to pump it that, right? That
Yeah.
probably was COVID. So we needed to react to make sure that Maria Empanada is still alive, because of Maria Empanada, we all be alive. So yes, I heard very well what is necessary. I completely understand what is not necessary. And I try to don't forget my instinct that they need to be active. Everybody tells you no instinct in business. No. You need to have your instincts alive.
And, empanadas are deeply tied to family and tradition in Argentina. Can you paint a picture for our listeners of what empanada making looked like and felt like growing up in your family?
Oh, yes, I can tell you very clear this. So imagine, come with me, travel with me to South America.
Yes. Everybody
speaking in Spanish, and that kind of Italian Spanish, very rough. And then everybody, your family, as every single Sunday, invites you for lunch or let's come eat at home. So basically, aunt, uncle, everybody comes to your house, and you don't expect, you're an American fly just checking there what is going on. Don't expect that everything is going to be ready when the family arrives. No, nothing is ready. So basically, everybody start working around the kitchen. Somebody's chopping. Of course, the uncle is just probably sleeping in a corner, in a chair, waiting for the food. When is going to be the food ready? So it's kind of a whole experience making empanadas, because it takes a long time. And at the same time, it creates an incredible ambiance, because you're not quiet doing your activity. You are talking about politics. You are talking about religions. You are trying to solve the problems of the world, everything. And the most fun thing that you probably eat the empanadas 6 hours later.
Yeah.
You're still there. Then, of course, after eating comes what we call the sobremesa. So it means the after dinner. So probably you are there probably for another 2 hours. Just keep talking.
Yeah.
And the most interesting thing is that next Sunday is going to happen exactly the same.
Yeah.
And the same, and the same. And those are beautiful things.
And
beautiful.
Cherished memories that you'll have for a lifetime with the most important people in your life.
Absolutely. I did have the opportunity to go to Argentina and ask a lot of chefs what is their best memory of empanadas in their life. And everybody was in a common answer, giving something that has to do around the family, probably a weekend.
And one of the things that makes Maria Empanada special is how committed you are to keeping the process handmade, artisanal. Why was preserving that craftsmanship so important to you, especially as the business grew?
It is very important because it's the meaning of empanada, right? And I think we need to be very careful in understanding that quality needs to always, to me, it's very important that always have that human touch, right? That grandma touch. So, for example, we do have employees in our place that mostly are grandmas who are the ones that are feeling and putting the stamp on them.
Yeah.
There's always that. And at the same time, we are helping a age of women that probably is not easy to find a job.
Yeah.
And they feel good and they feel active in the society. So that for us is very important. Always the human.
You have locations around the metro area. Of course, we're proud of the one downstairs here in Aurora. Aurora is the most culturally diverse city in Colorado, with people from all over the world sharing food, traditions, and their stories. It's the reason why we do this podcast. How do you think food becomes a bridge between cultures in a community like Aurora?
I think that's one of the beauty of Aurora. You just said it. The community, the different kind of diversities, right? You can hear some Spanish in one corner, English in another. I think that's beautiful. Food is basically restaurants, retail, right? Where we are right now. We are the joy of city, right? We bring the vibrant of the city. So through in our case with Maria Empanada is through the food, but I think we lived that in COVID time when everything was shutting down. You can understand the vibe, the energy of the city went absolutely down. So we need to have all this, and I'm very, very helpful that when 10 years ago I was contacted by Stanley Marketplace, say, hey, do you want to open a space? And we say yes. And when we came very late in the history. That where we are right now was the last space, and it's the smallest space in the Stanley Marketplace. And we say yes, we want to be there because it's going to be an attraction, because it's going to create unity, because it's going to bring people from all the places, not only from Aurora, but it will be very attractive to everybody. So I think the food is one of the main elements to have vibrancy or energy in a city.
If there are visitors who only know Latin American culture through, let's say, Mexican food, for example, how do you introduce them to the unique identity of Argentinian flavors and culture through Maria Empanada?
Well, you do have a lot of flavors that are very Argentinian, just starting with the Argentina. That's one of the flavors that has a steak that is very flavor, very traditional.
That's my favorite one.
Well, that's the one that you do on Sundays, Then, of course, you have the beef, another traditional flavor, the corn, the spinach, the mushroom. So there are very, very, a lot of very core Argentina flavors that are there waiting for you. But in addition, we are starting at this time, this is an age for us that we are innovating, bringing creativity to an empanada. Something that I always say, my grandma will probably kill me if she understands. Number one, she will not understand what is miso, right? But now we have the miso steak, crispy chili steak, and it's fantastic, and take you to that Asian experience all in an empanada. And you have cotija, this new flavor that we are bringing also, that it takes you to more probably Colorado flavor, right? With beans, with corn, roasted corn, with cotija cheese. So we are opening more to experiment and to create, we will say more create, a new aspect. So everybody is welcome to try the empanadas and understand what I'm just told you at the beginning, right? The portability, the reheated layer and all that.
Has there been a flavor that you introduced that was a little bit of an experiment and you were pleasantly surprised by how it was received?
Yes. And that was probably the miso.
Okay.
The miso was something that it's not that I didn't believe it. It was for me hard to understand. It's different. Actually, I need to tell you that I tried Asian food here in the United States for my first time. I never tried it before.
Yeah.
So having that inside of an empanada and understanding that we did something magical, very good, it was great. And I need to tell you, you can't put anything that you find inside of an empanada. It doesn't work that way.
No.
It's not simple. It's very complicated.
I can imagine. You've built locations and communities like Aurora inside Stanley Marketplace, and other neighborhoods that, celebrate creativity and diversity. When you are looking for the placement of a restaurant, what goes into that when deciding where Maria belongs to be? I'm calling her Maria. How do you decide where Maria deserves to be or should be?
But that's a fantastic question that me as the visionary and the founder of the company is very difficult to respond. Because I see Maria Empanada everywhere.
Yeah.
I can see that we can...
it should be.
Exactly.
Considering Americans' lifestyles and, again, the portability and the ease of the product and how delicious it is, it should be everywhere.
I agree with you. So it's difficult for me to narrow and make that in one place. For that, I have help.
I gotcha. Aurora's culinary scene in particular is becoming, one of our biggest identity markers. It's so important. Over 400 independent international eateries here in this city. From your perspective as a business owner and as an immigrant entrepreneur, what makes the area's food scene so exciting right now?
I definitely believe that diversity, I think that's very important. And of course, restaurants that maintain something that is kind of being aside a little bit, that is the hospitality. I think is very important. It doesn't matter the value, the cost of the item, right? The hospitality needs to be there.
Yeah.
And when you receive a plate, when you receive food, when you receive a product in a box, whatever it is, it needs to be given in a good way. So I think it's a combination of both things. If you can put a restaurant like that in a good place, I look at our colleagues right here in the Stanley Marketplace. They all have the two ethics, right? The ethic that brings the culinary quality and good item, and the other one that has to do with the hospitality. So when you have those two, you're a good match.
You've been recognized nationally by the SBA. You've been featured on shows like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. How did those moments change the trajectory of the business? And did they influence or change you at all as a leader?
Two ways. Those things bring attention.
Yeah.
That's for sure, right? And that's something that I admire of this country. The way of recognize you as a small business owner, and every time that you are growing basically in what we call the titles, let's say it that way, the recognition comes less and less, right? You recognize your employee, you recognize your team, you recognize your clients or your guest. It's hard that somebody recognize you. But having a country that recognize you with through the organizations, I think that you need those kind of things, and those are victories for us, right? So I take it very, very in deep, and I think those are the ones that beat my heart and maintain me continue fighting. Because every single day is a different fight. And I don't like that word fight, but it is. So you need that kind of good energy.
There's a phrase that is connected to your company culture. Tell me about Buena Onda.
We don't live without it.
What is it?
Buena Onda literally means good vibes.
Yeah.
And it is one of the first injections that we give to our team, to our new member or to whoever it is. And that's how we see everything, with Buena Onda. We act with Buena Onda with our guests, with our employees, with our boss, with our alliances, with our vendors, with everybody. Buena Onda is a must, because things with Buena Onda means good attitude. And if you have good attitude, the solutions are going to be coming in a good way. So good vibes or Buena Onda, it doesn't mean that we are a circus, everybody's having fun.
Right.
No, it means that we take things in a way that are approachable, and we inject that to our team.
And it reflects in the food, it reflects in the hospitality, it reflects in the culture. It's contagious, that positivity.
Absolutely. That's exactly. And Empanada, we make it to be contagious. And number two, our hospitality, we make it to be contagious. Correct.
You've talked before about, hearing no from banks and investors early on. What advice would you give to immigrant entrepreneurs, particularly women entrepreneurs, or anyone trying to build their own Maria Empanada or whatever they're passionate about, specifically in Colorado today?
My first recommendation is that always dreams come through. So if you have a dream, you know what you want, make the research, and your risks, you put everything in a paper, you share about it, talk about it, you document all that information. That dream is a serious dream.
Yeah.
And if you follow and you put deadlines and you have support from mentors, you get the push by itself, the energy, by the buena onda that you're there, and that dream will come through. But if you don't do those tasks, those things are not going to happen. So I think there's this city, and it has a lot of opportunity. The city of Aurora helped me a lot, even with little loans, and when I really need them. So it is very important that if you're starting to have something building in your mind, start acting about it, because there's something. So the following and the guidance and the target and putting that as a dream, you need to do it because the dream will come through.
When somebody walks into one of your restaurants, what experience or feeling do you hope they leave with beyond this is just a great meal?
I want them to feel that they want to come back and try another flavor.
Yeah.
So to you, I'm going to tell you, I'm mad at you. Just go for the Argentina. Don't go for the Argentina.
Oh, I've tried a lot of them. Don't worry about that. Like I said, they know, they all, here comes Dave again. So
Okay. So I'm not mad at you anymore.
But I can still have favorites, right?
Yes, you can. But come and try it. Keep understanding. Think that you can bring empanadas to your potluck in your office, family, to graduations. We have a lot of big opportunities regarding combos, what we call bundles, and it's 3 empanadas for $50. We are in that time of celebration. And you will understand, because to me, what is important is that it's still empanada is a curiosity. People still doesn't know what is an arepa, for example, Venezuela, or another type of food that are coming and being more interesting and more. They are here, they appear, but they are here to stay, right? So I think it's important that you continue the curiosity, try it, and you understand all the ways how you can see the empanada, because it's affordable, it travels well, and we know all that. So, and there's a lot of value in our product.
If the Lorena from today could sit down with the Lorena that was making the empanadas in the garage all those years ago, what would you tell her about the journey that was ahead for her?
Ay, qué linda pregunta. That's a beautiful question. What I will tell her is never take a no for an answer. Keep dreaming. Your dream of having Maria Empanada is realized, so you did it. But now there are more dreams, right? Now is to grow it. Now is to see in every state. Now is to see it in an airport. That just happened recently. So keep dreaming and finding believers.
You live it. Buena onda. That's you, Lorena.
Exacto.
You live it.
Exacto. You have to.
Lorena Cantarovici, the founder and owner of Maria Empanada. Stop by their location right here at Stanley Marketplace in Aurora, and stop by and say hi to me as well. I'll have an empanada with you. You can also find more locations and check out their offerings at mariaempanada.com. Lorena, it was a pleasure to meet you today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Visit Aurora is the official destination marketing organization for the city of Aurora, Colorado, and acts as the primary liaison between meeting planners and hotel partners. As Aurora's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Visit Aurora's mission is grounded in showcasing Aurora as a premier destination for meetings, business, and leisure travel. Visit Aurora represents more than 60 hotel properties with 11,500 guest rooms and more than 1 million square feet of meeting space, including Colorado's largest and newest resort, Gaylord Rockies Resort and Convention Center. As Colorado's third largest city, Aurora is located minutes away from Denver International Airport and showcases mountain views, memorable meeting spaces, and 400 plus international eateries that offer a unique experience for each and every visitor. As the gateway to the Rockies, Visit Aurora's role in the community goes beyond marketing the city as a destination. The Visit Aurora team is here to assist you with your Colorado visit, from facilitating your meeting, event, or convention to helping you discover local flavor and attractions. Go beyond the boardroom in Aurora. For more, visit us at visitaurora.com.